Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we are continuing on with a tale of shadow and fire. Our party is about to die, as they always are, and they're walking into the unknown, not knowing they're about to die. Tamerlane, why are the gods going to kill you?
Gods, no. Squirrels, maybe. As to why that is happening, let me explain. Last time on this group of blithering, semi-competent idiots, we were leaving the city we've been stuck in the last few days, recovering from our wounds.
Do you remember what city that
Before
is?
we Neverwinter. I couldn't remember exactly. I knew it was winter. I couldn't. It was Neverwinter.
Good job.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the first part of winter, but yeah, never mind. We were leaving Neverwinter. Upon leaving, Akak's character suffered another existential crisis upon learning of a doggy who I think hates them, if I'm remembering that correctly.
No, they don't hate them. It's just Eki has been told that the dog has told Eki that their abuse is justified and
Oh,
it hurts
yeah.
Eki in their very soul.
Yeah, and Eki is having an existential crisis, realizing that this is trying to come to the fact that this world kind of sucks at times.
Like they're coming to
Tamerlan
the
not
conclusion that
helping
it
that
sucks
situation at all.
all the times. But
Yeah.
Definitely a good 80% suck.
Yeah. Besides that, the group spent the time getting ready to finally go after this dragon after we all got into a state of semi-able to fight. We managed to leave Neverwinter and have been traveling for a little bit before we began being attacked by acorns by a squirrel. The same squirrel that attacked Tamerlan and two former compatriots several days ago. Tamerlan, being Tamerlan's main response to this, was throwing a lightning lure and killing the squirrel. Upon the squirrel's death, the squirrel was revivified by Eki. Syl tried, but, well, Syl was being held by Korvac, and no, Syl is not using Revivify anytime soon unless under the immediate circumstances. Or not immediate and needed
Wouldn't have
circumstances.
killed me.
I don't know how half your magic works. Half your magic seems to hurt you.
he's not wrong.
It's just
Yeah.
That
it's
is
just the necromancy spells, damn it.
Yeah, the squirrel managed to return to life and is now speaking common and has lightning powers. We don't know how exactly that happened. Either a god decided to bless the squirrel with a great power, I infused it with my magic, or Eki's Revivify is very, very powerful. We're still trying to figure that out. The squirrel has declared an oath of vengeance upon me. Well, technically the previous two members because they killed their family, and I was just unfortunately there. And now has declared vengeance upon me because I kind of just killed them. They're sticking around with us for now and joining in our glorious adventure to go hunt down a dragon. And that's roughly about where we ended last session.
No, it's not.
That isn't it?
No. You missed the actual plot.
How we end how we so how we ended up where we were at is that we were originally going to meet up with Leshy to go hunt the dragon because Leshy said that they thought someone new might have some answers, which happened to be a mad little hobbit who um, knew us but didn't know us. Got some information on Belioff for the first time in a hot fucking minute. Found out that he has 3 kids. So Sill's having a bit of a moment of why the fuck did he say a very specific thing? What was that?
Dread. You're having a moment of total dread.
Speaking that we just found out that fucker has children, and one of the last things he said to Syl was looked at her and went, "Huh, so my daughter's been busy," and then fucked right off. Yep, no, it's pretty deep dread. And then So I had a talk with him, and he told us to go to. I don't remember if he said like the circle or the grove, but basically told us to just keep walking in this direction, and eventually we'd find it. Um, and find it
He
we
said to
did.
get off his
Uh,
lawn,
that too. He also wanted us off of his lawn. He was a grouchy old
and
man.
he's married to the witch. I don't know if she's a witch, but to the woman who has the moving map slash creepy bookstore with books of everyone. They're married and just haven't talked in a long time. And don't forget, we did meet Delilah, the turtle who is trying to figure out what they can or can't eat.
Yes, we did do that as well.
And Eki's absolutely
Um,
betrayed her dog companion.
Becky has not betrayed her dog companion. She doesn't understand why it's okay that the dog thinks that the way you call it is to be kicked and that the people should, they're still good people when they murder things, when they murder animals. And the dog said that she's not supposed to hit things that hit the dog. And
But what
so she doesn't think that she's worthy of being with the dog. So she's having Timmy hold the dog. And it's now Darian is taking care of the dog because Eki doesn't think that
God
she can
damn it,
take
Boomy,
care of
get
the
off
dog
the counter.
because she doesn't know how to take care of the dog correctly.
someone needs
But
to
yeah.
explain Stockholm syndrome to Eki, like pronto.
But
Yeah.
so since Blue missed the plot, Blue, I'll give you 2 gold. Kai, you will get the hero point.
Yeah, I apologize. I forgot I stepped down for part of the session. I completely forgot about the Leshy bit.
You're good. You
I'll-
just
You're
missed
totally
like
fine.
the
That being
plot.
said, to wrap it all up, we are currently running towards some ruins because we're assuming that that was the circle that we were told to find.
Also, as an
But it
aside,
looks
we
like
found
it
out
was
that
recently on fire.
yeah, we also found out Darian's patron is like a crazy warmonger who's killed thousands of people. So that's fun.
Ooh. Which is why I've been giving you
I,
shit
I
for going with an
believe,
undead patron.
didn't he imply that it was actually Darian who's done it? Wasn't that kind of the way that
Yes.
he implied it, that it's Darian who's out killing all of these people? And everyone's like, wait a sec, what's Darian doing? What's Darian been
Yeah.
up to when they
We also
disappear?
he also said it happened thousands of years ago and that I've lost my boobs. So who knows?
Oh,
Something's
we don't judge.
something stinky in Denmark.
But we return to the party just as y'all are entering a large scorched in which pillars stand, some broken, some melted, with a ring of chairs absolutely scorched in. There is not a sound around you. No tweets of the birds, chirps of the cricket. The wind has been silent.
Jimmy will go up to something that, well, I don't really care what, but something soot covered. Take it on his claw fingers and rub it. Well, I think we can safely assume what kind of dragon we're dealing with. To Syl, by the way.
Still replies, it's either green or black, and we're not in a swamp, so green.
I don't think acid leaves soot.
No,
We've
you are correct. It doesn't, but we have already discussed the fact that it is either green or black
Oh,
the soot is
due to
coming
the
from a group
caravan.
of the soot is coming from a group of kobolds we think is accompanying this dragon.
and they just burned everything.
Yes,
Effectively.
that's if they're at fault for this. Phil's gonna start investigating the area.
I thought it was still just kind of we had a general assumption it was green, but I wasn't like entirely sure, like 100%.
That's why I keep saying green or black because we know it does acid.
Okay.
Or poison.
Yeah, it
Uh,
does acid or poison is what the damage types look like.
And
We're
can
based
I roll an
on
leaning
investigation
more
to look around?
towards yeah, yeah, we're leaning more
While
towards green because we're not in a swamp.
Oh,
while they're investigating, Eki just wants to kind of be on lookout to make sure like nothing's going to just kind of sneak up on anyone, or you know what I mean, while they're taking a look around, she just kind of wants to keep her eye out for anything coming out of the woodwork, if you will.
As we're investigating, can I roll a survival to see if I find any tracks? It should be easier to do since since it's burnt out and there's probably lots of little what do you call it, like little footprints in the soot
Sure.
and ash.
Sil and Tam, what are y'all investigating specifically?
I'm looking around the chairs.
Tamerlan?
I'm kind of looking around like the charred areas to see if I can tell if this is fire or something else since I'm an evocation wizard.
First, we'll go with Sil. Sil, as you look around the chairs, you see there are faint symbols that were once marked into the chairs. However, the fire has significantly damaged them, making most of them illegible. One looks to be a bear of some kind. Another one looks like a fox. Those are the only 2 out of the 12 chairs you can really understand. The rest have been very significantly damaged. There is a space for another one, and you can see the rubble for it. That chair has been completely destroyed.
Okay. Is it possible that I could cast to see if I can make the sigils legible
No.
on any of them?
For Tamerlan, as you're looking around, are you looking at the pillars specifically, it sounded like?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can judge if this fire damage was done by actual fire, lightning, or something else.
Well, what concerns you, Tamerlan, is this wasn't done by a normal fire or lightning or even magic. This was a flame so hot it started to melt the very stone in which pillars were made of. They look like they have a pretty decent heat resistance. It would take incredibly powerful flame to do this to because it didn't like crack and then fall. It didn't have time to do that. It just straight liquefied at the tops.
Okay, this is a problem.
Are aware that dragon flames are that powerful.
Are we positive it's a green or black? Like something's going on here. Something fucky is going on around here.
Yeah, I've got my suspicions too because this stone is melted.
Because even a well placed fireball generally won't do this kind of damage.
Yeah.
Then
Okay, so I've got 2 scenarios.
before that,
One, we're hunting a very
hang on.
powerful fire dragon instead.
Hang on.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Sorry.
Timmy, as you're looking around the outskirts, looking for any sign of who might have done this, what might have set it off, where they went, anything of that nature, you don't find a single crack soot other than your party. And you also notice that at the very edges, some of the forest is trying to grow back in, but hasn't yet. Looks like this might have been. In fact, the forest still hasn't retaken it. Problematic.
Well, shit. Looking around, does it kind of look like the soot's been? Does it have like a windswept pattern to it, like something like like how like when a helicopter is taking off, the grass will spread out.
No, it does not.
Does, okay. And Timmy will head back to join the group up with the rest of the party to relay his findings.
Darian, you're the history buff. Do you recognize these ruins at all?
That's a good question. Above table, DM.
Roll me that history.
Oh, goody. Rolling with disadvantage. I'm distracted by dog.
Ooh.
There's a dog on your back licking you. Not particular. You're not familiar with any dogs in the area. Any civilizations that made thing like this, any group that would put something like this out here, anything from the Sword Coast, the dwarves, the elves, none of that. What your best guess is this has something to do with the very reclusive druid circles. It's not something you run into all that much, but this might be a gathering point. A group of druids might have gathered at, but you don't know those druids would. You're not familiar with the ones in this area specifically. It's a long way from.
I'll relay this information to the group. While I'm doing this, I'm going to glance around. Apart from the kind of pillars and the chairs and things like that we've seen have been damaged, are there any remnants of anything in terms of like a civilization? Are there any skeletons around or any belongings or anything? No.
It is specifically a stone dais in which the chairs sit, and surrounded by that are the pillars, and then there's a burn section around that you think would have originally been made up of maybe wooded structures or trees if elves were involved, maybe sung wood that has been worked together by elf song.
Hmm.
But it looks like anything
Yeah.
that would have been surrounding this that was made of wood has absolutely been disintegrated. The stone itself has been melted. Any kind of wooden structure would not have survived.
Yeah.
And you have maybe a 40-foot radius outside of the dais completely burned away. So there's a big chunk of area.
Hmm.
The fact that any of the chairs survived is surprising.
The stone everything's made out of, is that just like a standard stone, or is it? Am I able to see if it's like any kind of special, like magical infused stone, or just like a typical kind of stone that's quite more durable than others, or?
Wouldn't give for a dwarf.
Mm.
Imagine you don't have masons.
No, but I'm good at investigating things.
I have dwarvish as a language, but that's as close as you're gonna get.
Alrighty, make me a history check. Who is in
What's better?
As you're
Um,
looking,
Eki- Sorry, I was just going to say Eki is currently also proficient in Mason's tools. It's one of the proficiencies I grabbed on our last rest.
nice.
Not saying that would help, but I just sorry, I was stuck on mute dealing with the dog. I apologize. But yes, so not that I'm saying that helps, but I currently have carpentry, smiths, and mason's tools are what I've got rocking.
Gotcha. As you're looking it over, it seems to be a type of marble, but it seems stronger than it normally would. Possibly enchanted by whatever druids were.
Interesting.
So if this is a druid grove, like you suspect it might be, the defenses on these places are incredibly powerful. They are usually put there to defend as a last line of defense for the forest itself. When a grove like this is this heavily damaged, usually you will start seeing major issues within the ecosystem of the forest around it, especially if the druidic circle is gone.
Mm. Well, I guess potentially if we can find more ruins like this around the forest, it might be temporary fortification against the dragon when we fight it. Hmm. Sylvanas, you worship the nature deity, correct?
That is one of the things in her portfolio, yes.
Do you have any potential information about the kind of druids you'll be dealing with here?
Is there something I can roll for that?
Unfortunately, you're an amnesia. Nation would be long gone.
I don't honestly think that the problem here is amnesiac. I think the problem here is the fact that I'm not from this plane.
Nope.
Stella's going to shake her head at Darren and go, "This isn't my home plane."
Yeah, that's understandable.
Real quick, what was the question again? Sorry, I got distracted by someone. That they asked still.
Just checking to see if anybody would
Could
know potentially about the druids that lived here
figure
before.
out
Uh,
what type of druids were here.
hmm. Well, I do have druid craft. I don't think Timmy would know much about druids. This is a giant thing.
They are very reclusive. Outside of other druids, not many people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we just carry on and keep a lookout for more of these things, see if there's more information we can find.
You do know it's unlikely they're placed. This looks like a gathering, almost like a council chamber.
Hmm.
Might find the home of other druids, but they won't be anywhere near as protectable as.
I'm gonna start looking to see if there's anything hidden.
Like what?
Like a hidden culvert or something? Like
Like a
something
trap door, a hidden like a trap, like an
You,
alcove that might hold sacred text, a weapon, anything could lead to who was here.
Righty. Go ahead and roll me an.
I assist with that.
Yes, you can if you're proficient in it.
I have expertise in investigation.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you for getting rid of my advantage. Disadvantage. I can speak.
Mhm.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Going with another 14.
As you're looking around, you do notice that the very center of the dais seems unmarred by the it is not covered in soot like the rest of it. Some of it's still very damaged, or at least the dais is still rather damaged, but the very core of the circle seems unbothered.
Darian, do you see this?
Yeah, this bit seems a lot better than the rest.
Are there any like runes or anything carved into it?
Only one on the very center. It looks to be some kind of strange markings that you really don't understand.
Do we think it's like a runic marking, or do we think it could be a language?
Roll me another history, Darian.
They're rolling hot tonight.
Darian,
Disadvantage.
you
Mission advantage.
are pretty sure, based on what you've seen around you, that it's likely that that is druidic.
If I remember, isn't druidic based kind of on giant? Oh,
It's
I
like
know
thieves'
giant
cant.
things were. Oh,
Own language entirely.
no, dang it! Thought it was hell
Um,
there.
And it's going to be different for every circle as well. There's an overarching language, but each sect will have their own way of speaking it.
let's just find out. I'm gonna use comprehend languages and see if I can understand what it says.
Darian, quick question. Can you ritual cast that?
Do note,
No.
Druidic would be one of the languages that would not be understood by comprehend language, just like these.
Plus, isn't
It
comprehend
does-
language for spoken language, or is
Nope.
it for written too?
You can run your
Sorry.
finger over.
well-
I think it's a per page.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is it doesn't decode secret messages in text or glyphs, such as arcane sigils and stuff, which I'm fairly certain this counts as.
Yeah.
You'd effectively get it in broken up words, but they would mean nothing to you.
I was gonna call up for Tinker.
What's up?
Do you speak Druidic?
No.
Worth a shot.
Hi, what's up?
The center of the dais is it's damaged, but not like the rest. I'm gonna
Your mic's
hello?
all kinds of breaking up, by the way. You see Tink flutter down to it and start looking over it, going this way and that. Yeah, it's made of a more durable material. Looks like it's been very heavily enchanted, too.
Still will hear in their head, should we try to move it or lift it up or something? Like, how big is this thing?
It probably looks to be maybe 5 feet in diameter.
5 feet in diameter. Probably weighs a fair amount. Should be a quarterback try to lift this thing?
There's nothing for you to grab onto. Flush with the ground.
Is there a seam?
Nope. At least not one you can get like nails and whatnot. You can see where the scorch marks move, but nothing like you can dig into.
Well, I got nothing. Except for the dog barking in the background.
Bark, bark, bark,
So-
bark, bark. Looks like there's some kind of activation. I think. Maybe a passphrase, an item. Not sure.
Y'all said, still here. Y'all said this was a druidic thing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to cast some kind of druid spell on it or something.
Looks at you and cleric.
Looks at me and cleric. What does that mean?
Feels a cleric.
I'm a cleric,
well,
not a druid.
well, I've got like a little something, and Timmy will kind of wave his hand, and like a little rain shower will happen over the dais.
It doesn't. As you see, the magic immediately starts to get pulled out of your hand. A green ball of energy appearing there, slowly being soaked up by the runes on the ground.
Was I right? That was a complete shot in the dark.
It takes a second, but soon the ball in your hand flickers out. You can see there's a little green moving through the runes, but nothing else is going on.
Like it's not. It's just. It's like slightly brighter now, or
It looks like something's moving in the writing.
well, that. Should I try it again? Still will hear it in their head. Pretty sure I could just keep doing it.
Yeah, worth a shot.
This time a sprinkling of I attempt to do a sprinkling of leaves, like fall leaves.
Yet again, the magic starts to be being pulled away. You see the glowing is starting to expand, lighting more and more of the writing, but not.
Well, it's a cantrip. I can just keep doing it. There's no actual limit, so I just keep making little druid things happen, like like little rain clouds, snowflakes, that kind of stuff, little weather things.
I think literally all I could do to help is just channel some nature magic. It's not technically a specific spell, but
I think
I'll
that's it.
help with nature. I'm a nature cleric. That's about as good as I got.
Ready?
So I guess I'll just lean down on just touch it, pump magic into it.
What's the rest of the party doing while this is going on?
Darian is watching great interest to see what happens.
Tamerlan is more just looking around this place. He doesn't really understand nature magic that well. Everything that seems like nature based for him is arcane based. So he's never understood nature magic.
Are you gonna try arcane?
Yeah. Okay, and then wait, you want me to cast an arcane spell, or do you want me to use Arcana?
It's up to you. You're the one doing things.
Yeah, I'll kind of do an Arcana check on this place, see if I can figure out the magic around this place.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me a roll. Four. Blue, as you're looking around, your eyes keep getting drawn to the pillars. Something at the back of your mind is niggling at you. You're not quite sure what it is, and as they're casting spells, your subconscious is slowly working at it when you realize something. Realize what was bothering you. The marks of the flames don't match a pattern. If this was the breath weapon of a dragon, you'd be able to see vaguely where the dragon was when it breathed the weapon. The marks here do not match. So knowing this, you continue to look, and look some more, and you start to see there are places in which small explosions. That is where something else. Hidden under the soot at the point of these explosions. Residue. As you look it over, you know what caused the burns were not made by a dragon, but by a very powerfully well crafted vial of alchemist's fire. Far more powerful than the standard thing you'll see in shops today. Pure alchemical fire beyond the normal scope.
Okay, before I tell everyone about this, I take up one of my vials and I kind of like get the residue in there to check for later.
Gotcha.
Guys, I kind of retell about that. So yeah, this wasn't caused by a dragon or magic. This was caused by alchemist fire.
And do note,
A
when
lot
I
of
say alchemist fire, normally it's just something you throw and it bursts. I'm talking proper Greek fire. That shit that
This is
doesn't stop.
yeah, this is alchemist fire, but on a level I have never seen before. Like I didn't think it was possible to craft something this powerful. Which maybe means that if this dragon if this was the dragon, they're accompanied by someone who can craft something this powerful.
Would Tamerlan will hear in their head, would druids be able to craft something like that?
I highly doubt it. This is not nature based at all. This was created and manufactured. Someone made this, but I'd be impressed if I wasn't so terrified of it being used against us. I'm still impressed. I'm still terrified.
Remind me, we're on the hunt for this dragon? Wasn't did anybody actually ever see this dragon? Wasn't there a lot of rumors about nobody could pin down what it was because nobody actually saw it, so they couldn't tell the color?
Correct.
well, yeah, technically the only one that survived was
Balin.
Phelan. Was the only survivor.
At this point, are we
It
sure
just
it's
had
even a dragon we're hunting?
who knows.
That's a good point. It could just be a rogue alchemist. Really powerful alchemist who's just fucking with people.
Possible? Still. Someone tried very hard to destroy this land. Maybe we're going. Maybe this means at least we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, this did happen a while ago, but at least we know they've been here at some point.
I just had a thought. I'm gonna turn to the squirrel. Do you recognize this area?
Oh, I'm from way down south.
Fair enough.
I just came from Shithead. Or Shithead.
Fair. What is your name?
I thought she didn't have one.
Oh,
Didn't we give her a name? I think we did.
Did we?
I don't think we wrote it down, but I think it was
Osiris.
actually I don't think we ever Osiris. Yeah.
Osiris. Okay. Like I couldn't remember.
Becky
Okay.
gave it to them.
Okay. Okay.
So we've been working at this nut for a while now. How's the dais looking?
It's still filling up with magic.
Too bad none of us are druid. I'm sure it would be a lot faster if we actually
Oh,
had it.
yeah. But,
Yeah.
You just got a
Um,
Thrycerian chittering in his language while making snaps.
I have a question.
I have an
Yes.
answer. Probably.
Can I burn a channel divinity and pump that magic into this?
You can try. Might fail, though. None of your
I'm
magic
gonna
so far
try.
has done anything.
Yes, but put it this way. I want to try because at the very least it's nature based.
That is true.
All
I'm
my
pretty
magic
sure
is nature based.
and I'm pretty sure divine nature is a little bit more potent than my bullshit giant nature.
I literally follow a goddess that's nickname is the All Mother. So we're gonna try and burn a channel divinity and
See,
pump that
it
into it.
floods out a massive orb appearing and getting eaten up by the rune, and within seconds, you hear a hiss as the entire dais starts to shake. Then the rune starts to turn. Slowly
You
at first, making one full rotation. Anybody standing on it?
I think Timmy was.
Are you staying on it as it's moving?
Oh no! As soon as it starts moving, I hop back, shaking my hands. That was a lot of snapping.
You see it moves full 360 before it starts to continue, but it starts to rise up out of the dais, a large pillar stone going up, up, up and up till it towers above the other pillars. The very center, you can see there are a number of scrolls.
Still here in their head. Damn, you couldn't have done that in the first place. I kid. But look, magic shit.
Darren's gonna look at the scrolls. Just fully walk up to it. Why not? Sure, it's safe.
You see a number of them are tied in vine, but there is one specifically that seems to be more ragged than others, not really tied up, just a tightly furled scroll sitting at the top. It bears marks of damage unlike the others.
Hmm. I'm guessing from the outside, there's no markings or anything to indicate what language they might be in or what they might be containing.
Nope.
Okay. Darian's gonna take his armor gloves off and try and very delicately pick up the one that's damaged.
Gotcha. It comes free, easy enough.
We'll try and unfurl it and see what it says.
Darren will
Your
hear. Oh, Darren will hear that. You just raw dogging grabbing magical looking scrolls. You're not even gonna check for traps or anything.
I don't think you understand how excited I am when I see these kind of things. Can't
pick it up
resist.
and you unscroll it carefully. Your time in the libraries showing you how to treat paper this damaged. As you unfurl it, you see in a very quick scrawl of a writing that looks like it has hints of a script to it. Somebody that is very good at writing far beyond anything neat. You see looks to be some kind of warning written in common to
that's easy.
those who walk our stead. Heed this final plea. Oloranth the Rot, oldest of the Ironbark line, was once guardian of this forest's soul. For the weight of centuries, heart wood nourished by the verdant pact. When the worm of venom came, not by fang, but by voice, it spoke rot. Oloranth, ancient and wise, began. Found what strength we could, but our circle was our voices silenced by fire. And if you find him, or the rot consumes all, speak to awaken act. By seed, by root, by leaf, by life, awaken the vein. Bring fresh water to his roots and light no fire. Only then Loranth rise once more, speak his last truths before he dies.
Above table, can I get that written down, please?
Yes, you can.
I
Thank
was
you.
gonna say.
Just as an aside, Darian was reading that out loud to the group.
As you are reading it out loud, you can hear the forest shift in the but not long after you finish it, it turns to quiet.
Interesting.
And there were
Darren's gonna look over to the group. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say there are two other scrolls, right?
There's more than two other scrolls.
Oh, how many are there?
There are a total of 1, 2, 13.
And they were all
13, okay.
undamaged, right?
They are undamaged and bound by vine.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, it seems like whatever or whoever attacked this place wanted this scroll destroyed.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Above table, Darian, do you have a bag of holding?
Nope.
It does.
Well, yeah, so does Sil.
Did Darian read that out loud?
Yes.
I don't think they were trying to destroy the scroll. I think the scroll was stuffed in there to explain what happened to this place.
I guess it could have been damaged during the attack, but before they wrote it.
All right. Well, let's grab them all up and see what else they say.
Syl, do you want to hold on to this?
Yeah. So we'll after you roll it back up, so we'll very carefully put it in her bag.
Darren's just going to scoop up the rest because they all seem in decent condition and just spread them out on the ground so we can read them.
As you unfurl the first one, untangling the vines, you immediately know what they are, Darian. They're spell scrolls.
Oh. Darren takes a small glance at the rest of the group and just knowingly looks over to Tablin what kind of spells are on these scrolls?
You'd have to take some time to study them to figure that out, but you don't know off the top of your head. Though you do
Tamerlan
know what levels they are based on the complexity. You can tell that at a glance. A total of 4 of them are first level. 4 of them are second level. 3 of them are third level. 1 of them is 4th level, and 1 of them is 5th level.
Damn.
Okay, I don't type that fast. For it first.
44311, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 43311. Yeah, I think so.
433.
4, 4, 3.
Oh, 44.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
more
it gets
expensive
mentioned.
too. But
There you go.
yeah.
Well, Tamlin, I think we found something for you to do in your spare time.
You see him giggling as he looks at these scrolls. Oh, what could these all have?
I'm gonna smack Tamerlan with the beating stick.
I'm going to
Oh,
take a
what? Hey,
wild
look.
guess and say they probably have druidic magic in them.
Yeah, I know, but druids can cause a. Yeah, I know, Yeah, I know. I may understand druidic magic, but I know some of it can do a lot of powerful destruction.
Okay, maybe
I'm
we
gonna
don't
smack
give this to
Tamerlan
Tamlin.
again.
Oh, will you stop that? Will you stop that? I'm excited. I'm a wizard. What do you expect?
You can be excited. You're not allowed to be evil.
I am not being evil. I'm just being. Okay, considering my previous behavior, that is a very fair statement. But I'm not being evil.
You're being
Just
concerning, that's for
wanton
damn sure.
destruction. Yeah.
I am an evocation wizard. I've literally spent my entire life learning how to use destructive magic without harming anyone or allies or structures. For the most part,
No,
I
now see,
still have. Go ahead.
now see that little aside at the end there. For the most part, again, stop being so goddamn concerning.
I still have yet to figure out how to keep shatter from destroying buildings, but I'll figure that out eventually.
I'm gonna look at Korvac and go, Korvac, how good are you with woodworking tools? Do you know someone who is?
It points at the fairy.
I'm not used to seeing her work with wood, okay? Or them work with wood. I am going to hand Pink I am quite literally going to saw about how tall is the squirrel?
Let's say about
6 inches, maybe?
6 inches? Okay. Then I am going to take about a foot off of my quarterstaff and saw it off and hand it to Tink. Can you whittle that down enough so that it can be used as a beating stick for our new friend here, please?
Sure. You see, they go and sit on Korvac's shoulder, pulling out a small knife and starting to go to work. Looks like it was a screwdriver initially, but it's a knife now.
Fair
Still
enough.
over your head. Couldn't we have just given them like a good branch or something to do that with? Why'd you have to ruin your staff?
I literally only use this to beat Tamerlane with. I
Fair.
don't. It being a foot shorter isn't gonna matter much, especially since it was. Darian, what was Azun? The hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin, yeah.
Hobgoblin. And he was a tall boy, right?
Yeah, about the same size as Darian, like 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
6'4".
So he is 6'4". So yeah. So the quarterstaff is very clearly was not made for Phil because Phil is 5 foot nothing. So it losing a foot actually makes it more on par with someone of her stature.
Fair enough.
So it's actually probably going to be easier for me to hit Tamerlane with it now. As I try and drink a jar of dice and not my coffee.
Crunchy.
Yes.
And stabby.
Consume the dice, gain their power.
Okay. Well, is there realistically anything else that we can do here? Or should we continue on?
Keep an eye out for our new friend. Oh, hopefully a friend.
Yeah. Well, let's. So it's gonna start going in the direction that we last saw. God, what was his name? It's been so long.
Evan?
Yeah, Evan. Looking in fucking Castle of Chaos, like I'm gonna find the answers to that there. Because we need to find this dragon, and we're based on the information we were given. Evan was going in the actual right direction. So
What does the rest of the party want?
Darian is sticking with Syl to make sure that she doesn't get into any trouble.
Yep.
that's my secret, Darian. I am the trouble.
That's why Darian is never leaving your side.
Into the thick of it.
As y'all
Into the woods.
start again, the forest remains quiet. You make your way ever so slowly, step by step, over rock and everything y'all are up to are walking.
I'm gonna make
You're talking
friends with
about
the squirrel.
Squirrel doesn't seem too interested in making friends. It's mostly giving somebody glaring looks.
Tamerlan tries to have one of the scrolls out to see if he can decipher it.
That wouldn't be something you can do while you're walking.
Oh, okay, dang.
You're gonna end up walking into a tree.
That's fair.
Could you examine it while being carried? Oh.
Yeah, it's a sit down and deciphering thing I got to do later.
But should I take that as no? The party's not really up to much.
I mean, I can pull out the book. Like if we, you know what? Fuck it. I want to know if his name's popped up into it. I'm gonna see if Belios' name's popped up into it at all.
It has not. The Tamerlane, the book is back.
Witching. I immediately try and reach for my drought of calm, and I realize, fuck, I don't have that thing anymore.
So we'll hand you a vial.
What? No, not this. I need the drought. I need my drought of calm emotion so I can. Never mind.
Still hands it. Just holding it out.
All right, I take it.
Drugs are never the answer, Tamerlane.
Still's waiting
Just
for you
say
to
no.
drink it.
I drink it.
It tastes like peppermint.
Just so I'm on the same page, we're giving him more Narcade, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, the way you worded that, I'm like, are you giving Tamerlane drugs?
No.
After all
I'm
of this,
making it look
are
like
you giving
I'm
Tamerlane
making it.
drugs?
I'm making it look like I'm giving Tamerlane drugs. I've basically thought process is that I've changed the taste of it because he knows I've been giving him Narcane. So in order
Yeah.
for it to keep working, I'm making it look like I'm giving him drugs. If I need to roll deception, I will.
What did you do to my supply? This tastes awful now.
Still shrugs. I mean, it's been in my kit, so it probably was sitting next to something. What's it taste like?
It tastes like stale candy. Ugh.
It'd be worse.
All right. You can see him. He hasn't made eye contact with you. He's literally just he's keeping eye contact with the book.
Fair.
I refuse to lose to books. But we are going to fight a dragon, and I cannot be brain blasted before then.
No, you cannot.
It's at that point Tamerlane catches his foot on something and goes down hard.
The fuck? Can I see what I tripped on?
There is a large black.
What the? I go and touch it.
It crumbles to your touch.
Timmy will walk up to Tamerlane. Be okay. And hold out a hand.
What the hell? I look around. Is there any like blackened trees around?
Not that you see, but you can see the route does lead off the path off to the. I mean, not even off the path, off the direction you were walking.
I'm gonna. I kind of look and I kind of like just start slowly following the path. I'm gonna check something real quick as I follow that path.
Timmy grabs you by your shoulder. You know you're not going by yourself, right?
If you all want to follow, go ahead. I'm looking into something because I just ran over a root that disintegrated in my hand, and I'm not using
Still is
magic.
now interested. Still is now interested and is going to be following.
Disintegrate like it was rotten.
Disintegrated like it was burnt and faded into ashes the moment I touched it.
Well, that's interesting. Timmy's definitely following you.
Darian, Syl, Eki,
Oh yeah, you
Yes?
know we're following.
still following.
Oh,
as
I
well?
already said I already said I was following.
Eki, are you coming along?
Yeah. Yep.
You can see the dog has gotten a little bit closer and just wagging their tongue, going trying to get your ear.
Becky is not going to make eye contact with the dog.
Doesn't want eye contact. It wants.
Sidestep.
Ow.
It's trying to give you love, Eki.
Hear a low whine from the boofer. I can use words, I promise.
Both were probably correct.
But Tamerlane, as you follow the root, you can see it starts to slowly thicken as you follow it. It's taking a while, and y'all go about a mile following this root as you see more and more of these blackened roots start to gather together until it leads to a massive fallen tree.
Whoa. Um, for the sake of it, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. Okay, that is concerning. I move closer to the tree. I approach the tree.
There, it is big too. Your Tamerlane's about 6 foot, yeah, under I think.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, this thing dwarfs you by about 4 times. It's a massive tree that's on its side.
Hey, what did that scroll say at the end? Something about fresh water and no fire?
Yeah,
Yeah.
saying a specific phrase.
Uh,
Is
Timmy
there
will say the quarterback.
fresh water nearby?
Not that you see. Everything here is covered with those black roots.
Timmy will say the quarterback. Big guy, you might want to stay back for a bit. I'm pretty sure you radiate fire.
Fair enough. He steps back. He agrees. He is a
And
dragon after all.
Timmy will say to Dorian, you want to say the words? I think I might be able to help with the whole fresh water bit.
Darian.
Oh, I said Dorian. Sorry,
No, it's Darian. Dorian's in Hellfire.
I know. I said Dorian. I got Dorian on the head for some reason.
Because
But
I said it earlier.
yeah,
It's
Darian.
fine. Nobody ever gets my name right.
But I'll say to Darian, you want to say the words while I do the freshwater thing, because I think if I recall, I can make like I can make like little rainfall. It didn't say it has to be a lot of water. It just says it has to be fresh water. What's fresher than water coming from a druid craft?
True. Out of curiosity, is the water from Create Water fresh?
I mean, it's drinkable. Whether it's fresh or not is up for debate. It's technically magic imbued water, so not fresh in that perspective, but it's clean.
Oh, and yeah, that might have to be what we use because Druidcraft does not make water unless it's actually calling for rain in the weather forecast. The effect that it's an effect when I checked how the weather is going to be for the rest of the day.
Sylvanas, are you able to provide us some water?
I mean, I can create water. I don't know if that would be considered fresh though. I can
Yeah.
try. But I would rather have actual fresh water just in case we only get one shot at this.
Yeah.
I mean, we got water. We got water in our water skins, right? I'm assuming we all drink fresh water.
That is definitely not fresh water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean water, but not fresh.
So we need to find a stream or something.
There was one about 2 miles back. How long would it take to go 2 miles and then 2 miles? So 4 miles?
Maybe 3 hours.
If I remember correctly, isn't there a stream in the Whispering Woods? Like, isn't there a fresh water source in there?
Goes right through the
Mhm.
entire city.
Is that technically fresh water?
I mean, if you can, it would for that area it would be. Whether or not it's connected to everything here, you're not sure.
We have
Whispering
options.
Wood is it's definitely freshwater, as in it's flowing water, but its own demi-plane in that stream likely hits the edge of the forest, and its a starting point is likely out in the void. So, might be
So it might be
fresh, it might have some weird shit in it.
Damn it.
It's just void water. Well, I guess we do the return trip then.
We walk all the way back, another 2 miles all the way back just to bring water to this thing.
Do we? Rufus isn't with us, right?
Nope.
He's because he's being big angry.
Is
Can
not-
I make an active perception check to see if I can hear like maybe a babbling brook somewhere?
dead silent.
Dang.
Worst case scenario, we can go there on the elk. Might make it a bit quicker.
It would.
How fast can the elk? Yeah.
If he's 50 in speed.
How fast can the elk run there and back?
Probably about half the time. Hour,
Oh
hour
wait,
and a
in
half.
2 months, you can run a mile in 15 minutes. Physically.
Yeah. If you're running,
So-
you've been walking all day. I gave you the one for a normal walking
Fair.
speed that won't exhaust the party more.
Yeah, elk is 50, so we can dash for 100.
Fair. So the elk could probably get there in what? There and back in
Hour,
30
hour and a
minutes?
half. An hour and a half, because you have to go there and back if it's not dashing. And being in a deep forest, dashing is not going to be an easy thing to do.
Fair. That's valid. So
Because you're not even on a path, you're just in the middle of the wood.
will
No, it's
you
not.
take Timmy with you?
I don't think
Can-
an elk can hold me.
I could take
Can it
Tink
not?
with me.
How big is this elk?
Normal elk sized. Yeah.
It's a large
Yeah.
creature. It should be able.
I weigh about 250 pounds. I'm 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Taking like Eki would probably be easier, as they're
Fair.
generally lighter,
I
or
just
Syl.
made. I mean, still is fine to go with. I'm just don't want Darian to go alone.
As long as it's not Korvac.
Pretty much. Okay, so
Becky would go with Darren. She doesn't care.
I just wanted the reason Silda is not offering herself specifically is just because then that's the two people that have levels of exhaustion.
You can also take Tink, who is tiny.
Yeah, I was thinking
So
of taking Tink.
I would say still take Eki with you. That way there's three of you in case
Yeah.
something goes wrong. And we'll wait here.
It'll give Tamerlane a chance to look at those scrolls.
Yeah.
True. Is there any good way for us to mark a route?
You're just probably gonna go back the way you came.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the
True.
road and then head back.
I mean, there hasn't been a road since y'all got into the fort.
Oh.
Y'all followed a stream for a while, found an old man, and then went deeper. Not the
If I
stream, a river.
recall- Nope. I think that was something else.
Still is going to dump out her water skin and hand it to you. Fill that.
Yeah, I'll fill my own as well, just in case we need more.
Mhm.
Is the elk with us right now?
As soon as you mention him, you kind of look around, and he's like a foot behind you.
By gods, this elk. You want to be useful today, Elk?
He scoops you up with his horn and flips you back onto his back.
I'm taking that as a yes. Darren will hold his hand out for Eki.
Does Darian still have the dog?
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
take the dog.
Akiha's gonna just be like, we should probably leave the dog behind.
You hear more whines
Agreed.
from the poover.
She's just gonna look at the dog and say, it's too many of us if you go, and if something happens, you won't be safe.
Dejected dog look.
So we'll come over and take the dog.
Aki will take Darian's hand and hop up on the elk.
The elk watches. You get the distinct feeling you're being judged by a herbivore.
Aki doesn't care. Aki's been being judged by a dog. She might just look at the elk and say, you're just one of many animals judging me lately. It's fine.
Darian, you know your elk buddy, and you get the distinct feeling he's thinking about kicking her off. Dumping her in a tree. I don't think he will, but he's definitely thinking about it.
Just as a reminder, Elk, I don't like holding this power over you, but you do anything stupid with our companion here, and I will desummon you.
He gives you a long, hard stare. He seems to be debating it. Before he starts trotting his way into the wood.
It's better.
Darian and Eki, are y'all up to anything on the...
Constantly keeping an eye on my Elk to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
He's being pretty chill after he leaves.
I think Aki's just hanging out, keeping an eye out for things.
Can I get a perception check from it?
Since I roll so terrible, I'm just going to use one of my hero points to not hopefully roll as bad. Will it help? Who knows? We'll see. Yes, it did help
Yes, it
this time.
does.
Eki, as the elk is trotting along, you notice something just out of the corner of your eye. And as you turn your head, you see that there are in the distance in one of the trees, there are these glowing orange eyes watching you from the... As it sees you see it, it immediately vanishes. In a rustle.
Um, did it look big or tiny?
Not super small, maybe about the size of a dog, which is a little weird considering it was in a tree. It also had
Yeah, I think-
slit-like eyes. So like people's, not
okay.
eyes.
Okay. Aki's gonna just lean forward to Darren and say, over in that tree, kind of give a point. I just saw a pair of orange eyes with like slit kind of pupils. Might have been Willow's size, which I don't understand because I don't think Willow can get that high in a tree. It wasn't her, but it was something.
Should keep an eye out, I guess. Maybe keep a weapon to hand just in case. We are disturbing the woods after all.
Do you think having a weapon out, if we're worried about disturbing the woods, is a good idea, or will that make things hostile to us?
That is a very good point. Maybe just keep a good spell in mind.
Okay. I can do that, and I have my warhammer right here. Just kind of has it hanging on her. So it's pretty quick to grab, but Do we have a way to tell the others there's things in the woods watching us?
Nothing I have.
Yep. Uh, okay. Um, how far away are we from the others? I
About a
know.
mile, about halfway.
All right. Well, hopefully they, uh, Hammerlin probably won't pay much attention to things. Is the squirrel with me or is the squirrel with them, by the way?
I think
Guess that's a
you
question
have
that
the
I didn't think about.
squirrel.
The squirrel was on Ecky's shoulder. I just didn't know if the squirrel stayed with or
It
not.
stayed with Tamerlane, though.
The Tamerlane. Okay.
It's in a
Um,
tree staring him down.
okay. Then, all right. Ecky will go. Well, I don't think Tamerlane will pay much attention to their surroundings. I think Syl and Timmy will, and the squirrel will watch Tamerlane. So I think that they'll be okay, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't think. Sorry, Osiris? Question mark above table.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think Osiris will let anything happen to Tamlin that they didn't personally do themselves. So
You know
I
what they said is
appreciate.
they're just gonna get the last shot. You don't think Osiris is gonna save Tamerlane worth a damn. More likely, they're going to try to kill him if whatever tries to hurt him nearly takes him.
Yes, I appreciate Osiris's dedication to getting vengeance on Tamerlane. Tamerlane did kill them. Um, I don't know if Osiris would help protect Tamerlane. I just think that they'll keep an eye out so they can also get a good blow in.
yeah, maybe. Either way, they have callback with them.
He is terrifyingly large. Seems
Yeah.
okay with hitting things.
Yeah,
I
everything
am.
he can possibly get his hands on.
I respect that. I just worry that Willow will not be okay.
I'm sure Willow will be fine. I don't think the group will let any harm come to them.
I worry that Syl will try to protect Willow and then Syl will get hurt and then Korvac will try to protect Syl and then get hurt and then Tamerlane will do drugs and kill everyone.
I mean, the last part is probably correct, but I don't know. I've seen Callback go through a lot of things and heard a lot of stories, so I think they'll be fine. We're not going to be gone for too much longer.
Mm. You all are very convinced that you will be fine when all of you are still somewhat exhausted. I like your optimism, but I don't understand it.
What is being exhausted if not just alive? Better to be exhausted than dead, and we get exhausted a lot, which means we're not dying, so.
You all need to sleep more.
Yeah. Maybe when it's quieter.
It doesn't seem like it's ever quiet in this place.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Maybe we just need to recruit a very high level wizard to cast sleep on us every now and then.
Might be a good idea. Have you all ever thought that maybe you cannot solve all of the world's problems, but only some of them?
I mean, I've been first hand on not being able to solve some problems, so. But if I can try and at least get some done, then it's better than nothing, right?
That's true. I met an adventurer, and she had said that adventurers often have bad reputations because they make tough decisions. Did you always have boobs, or when did you not have boobs anymore?
I wasn't ready for that one. Oh, it's completely in character there, by the way. To my knowledge, I don't believe I've ever had any.
Do you think the hermit is just crazy? He seemed to know who you are and said you're very old and still doesn't remember a lot of things. Do you just not remember things? And maybe you don't remember. I have boobs. I don't know how I would get rid of them because I just have them. I don't mind them. They're here and they're okay. They're a part of me. I just wondered if maybe you didn't like yours.
I think I'm a human, so old, but I think I'm fine with my appearance. I think the hermit might have been either confusing me with somebody else or potentially was picking up on the magic of my patron. I'm not too sure, but rest assured, I'm perfectly fine with my current pectoral size.
It's okay if you're not, and it's okay if you weren't in the past and you needed to change. I think when we die and the queen brings us back, we end up in a different body, and sometimes those bodies probably feel weird, and that's okay. I just didn't know how you would look with them. It looks like it might not fit you very well.
Yeah, I don't think they'd fit under my armor either, to be honest. I need to buy a new set, but I,
Mm.
I think I'm fine as I am.
I
Can't,
understand.
can't imagine it being very comfortable squishing them underneath all that metal. I'll pass.
As you're talking to Eki in heavy armor, just gonna be like,
Yeah.
you just have to find a good smith who knows how to cater to the way your body is. When you find that, they can make things more comfortable. Heavy armor is heavy. You just get used to carrying it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's something I'll have to consider when I eventually get something that's not chainmail. I'm worried how it will affect my look. I don't know if plate and the coat will go, you know?
I, I'm sure there's someone who can make you something that looks nice with your coat.
Oh, thank you. I'm quite fond of this coat. It's been through a lot.
It is a very nice coat.
At the back of his mind, Darian is just. It's going to sound bad out of context. Thinking of boobs, and just can't get the image of the elk with boobs out of his mind.
No, it's fine. Just I think out of it.
Oh, that broke me. I'm sorry. That was okay.
It's fine, Darian. Just if I don't know about I don't know about Eki, but I know at least Phil is well and down. Just think about that. It's less curse than the elk.
No, it's just the elk. It's the only thing I can think of. It's like, would the stars be on
No,
the
that's
nipples? It's
amazing.
fine.
Convenient anime
Just-
censoring.
Yep. Stays. It's amazing. Now I can't stop thinking of that either. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Perfect.
Darian, you get a hero point too.
thank you.
That was, but also above table, that was kind of all I think Eki really needed to discuss.
No, it's just living rent free in Darian's mind. I wonder what's going to happen when this elk gets killed again and gets resummoned.
Darius just looking down his chest like, would I look good with boobs?
It's also like already left Eki's mind because she discussed it, so she doesn't need to think about it anymore. So poor Darian's gonna have to live with all of this stuff, and Eki's just moved on. Just la la la, back to looking out to see if she sees anything again after seeing those eyes.
And you have multiple miles of riding left to go.
I have a free hand, right?
Yeah? Not like
Can
you
I-
have
can I
reins.
do-
I don't think either
Oh,
of your
true.
hands are doing anything.
Can I use minor illusion to conjure an image of the elk with boobs?
Yeah, just in your hand and be small.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna look at her for a while and just no, it doesn't look right.
Does Eki see that he just did
Yeah.
that since he's looking at it for a little while?
Yeah. Right in front of you.
I think that Eki would. Yep, Eki's just gonna lean even closer again and like right in your ear, be like, I think that you would have to ask the elk if they want those first.
Dan's just gonna like quickly wave it away, like, oh yeah, just curiosity, it's fine.
Do you think the elk would like them?
I don't think the elk likes anything, except for being a bit of a bastard. I'm not gonna lie.
The elk looks back
Do
at
you
you.
You're doing great, buddy. Keep it up.
do you talk to the elk?
I try. I think he understands me.
He bleats at you.
Have, have you ever asked him why he might be unhappy or frustrated?
I think he just likes to prove himself. He forgets that although he's a magnificent celestial looking being, he's still just an elk, and I think he punches above his weight sometimes, and I don't think that makes him feel very good.
Get a
Are you
dead-paired stare from an elk.
Eyes on the road,
and
buddy.
you're sure he's just an elk? If he's celestial, is it just the form that he's in?
Yeah, it's this one I summoned myself, so
Hmm. I mean, if you summoned a celestial being, maybe they aren't happy in the form they're in. Maybe that's why you thought they needed a change on their chest.
I will also point out, if it is a celestial, it is a celestial spirit that has been pushed into the form of an elk. That's probably not what it looks like naturally.
yeah, true.
That's kind of above table Eki's point. Like maybe the elk
Oh,
is somewhat unhappy that it's a celestial spirit that Darian put into an elk. It's like maybe it just doesn't enjoy this. Um, but yes, so that would just be her comment on it.
yeah. Maybe when the time's right, I'll have a conversation with him, see what he thinks.
Mm. I don't think he likes me very much, and that's okay. Not everyone likes everyone.
Don't take it too personally. He doesn't like too many people.
I understand. Um, I'm not mad if he doesn't like me. I appreciate that he has not thrown me to the ground or stepped on me.
No, I don't think he will. I think this is a good opportunity for him to show his merit, show what he can do, and I don't think he's going to try and mess that up.
Hmm, that's good. It's nice of him to give us a ride.
Yeah, he's a useful boy.
Do you
I
kick
think
him when you need his attention?
no. Well, for one, he just tends to have a habit of just showing up sometimes when I need him. Kind of like an intuition thing, I guess. Um, Other than that, I just use my words.
At this point, Darian realizes he has a telepathic bond with his.
I do. I was just looking at the spell for that, and I was like, oh, I could just talk to him. I think it's better that I can't, to be honest. It gives us a better dynamic when I can't understand him.
Well, he can't speak the language, so he can't speak back. You could just telepathically tell him shit, and he could send images
Yeah.
at you if he wanted to. But that's pretty much what he does anyway.
Yeah. Maybe I'll figure that out at some point. But for now, I think I just talk to him and he just shows up, and I'm like, "Hi, I wish the elk was here." Listen,
It's
magic is new
amazing.
to Darian, okay?
I love that. Yeah. Uh, I think he would probably just be like, Willow told me that the way that she has a name is by being kicked and you get her attention. So I just wondered if you also kick things when you need their attention, if that's what all people do on this plane?
I don't think that's a normal behavior. I think that's a bit of a power move, to be honest. Normally people just talk.
What is a power move?
Um, Somebody who just wants to um express their power in a way that's probably above their station. Things like uh somebody having a child and not looking after them properly and things like that, just to use them to be like, oh, I have a child, you know.
What Why would you have a child just to tell people you have one? They take a lot of work to take care of.
Yeah, they do if you're looking after them properly. Same with a lot of things like that. A lot of people just like them as a just to show off that they have one, I guess. Same thing with animals. Some people just get one to say they have one, and they don't really care that they have it.
I think the people here are not very nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case for a lot of people. But, you know, groups like ours, they're full of nice people, so. Well,
Do you think Tamerlane is nice?
I think he has the potential. He's done some things to help us out in the past. I think he's a bit power hungry, but I think if we can rein that in, he'll be a nice person. I mean, he did
Does
say
he
he
not
learned
have his?
evocation. Come on, sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, he did say he learned evocation magic specifically not to harm people. So
I'm back. Start.
We're back.
That's, um, do you think he doesn't have memories like Syl doesn't have memories?
I think Syl is a bit of a special case. From what I understand of Tamerlane, he has memories, but a lot of time is spent in the astral sea. So I don't think a lot happens there in general, and things get a bit time funny.
So he is crazy and addicted to drugs.
Jerry, you know, Camelin definitely has had his memory wiped to some degree.
Oh, is he?
It happened in front of you,
Oh
like
yeah,
recently,
sure.
at least.
Yeah,
And there's some
I meant
oddities
like
with his memory before that, so that
yeah.
is stuff
I was
you
thinking like
do know.
yeah. Um, now that I think about it, there has been a few instances. There's been so much happening recently; it's hard to keep up. But I don't think his demeanor is much to do with that in particular.
So maybe he is not a bad person. He just doesn't remember who he is, and the drugs have melted his brain some.
Maybe.
He
Who
keeps
knows?
saying he wants drugs because he needs them so he doesn't detox, but he's not detoxing from drugs. That's why I thought maybe his memory doesn't work. Maybe he doesn't remember that he hasn't done drugs in a while.
Yeah, I mean, Sylvanas is providing him with some form of weaker substances to keep him going, but he's a complicated character. Um, all I know is that I think if we keep him on the right track, he has a lot of potential to be a very good person. So
Hmm. Well, either that or Osiris will kill him first. Because I think he has to prove to Osiris that he is not a bad person, or Osiris will kill him.
yeah, that too. Or maybe Syl will hit him too hard across the head one day and concuss him, and he'll lose all his memories anyway.
That's true. I do not plan to bring him back if he dies, unless he changes. And I don't know if Korvac will let Syl use that spell.
I don't think anybody will be able to stop Syl using that spell, despite the fact it seems to completely destroy her. But
Mhm.
hypothetical. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Hmm. I believe the saying famous last words goes here. I've been trying to learn things like that, like when they called the pot and kettle black. Timmy did.
Ah, yes. No, you have been getting better at those. Hopefully it's not famous last words, but we'll see. And I'll try my best to make it so it doesn't happen.
At this point,
That
you
would be
are
good.
grabbed by the scuff of your armor, Darian, picked up
Hmm.
off the back of the elk
By the elk or by something else?
by the elk.
Okay.
As you are put down
No.
gently on your feet at a stream.
Oh,
The
I
elk
guess
seems
we
a little
arrived.
annoyed.
Oh.
You get the distinct
I-
feeling he might have been standing here for a few minutes while y'all were talking.
I'm sorry. Thank you for being patient with us, and you did a great job getting us here.
He kneels down to let Eki off.
Oh, she gets the graceful exit. Okay.
He's gonna
You
try
told
and
him to be nice. He wants to kick her off, but he's being good. You can see the gritted teeth.
since Eki doesn't know that he just wants to kick her off, she's just gonna try and be nice back, kind of give a little bow and say, "Thank you for letting me have a ride and not biting me or kicking me."
Suspicious stare. Thinks Eki is up to something.
That's all she has to say. Okay, Darian, do we go do what we came here for now?
Yeah, I think so. Get back as quick as we can so we can make sure the others are safe. Yeah, Darren's gonna empty his own water skin and use sills and fill them both up with the river water from the river. Before I do that, does the river look clean?
Yes, it does. There's actually a
Okay.
little waterfall a little ways away.
Oh, that's nice. Then yeah, I'll gather them. Fill both of them up.
Is two enough, or do you need mine as well?
I mean, we might as well try yours as well. So I'm sure we can find water again if we need it.
Okay. She'll dump hers out and fill it up also.
All right, back to everybody else then.
Okay.
Well, that's
As they
going
walk
on.
back to the elk, can I just say, as they walk back to the elk, I just want it to be known that Eki is just staring at that elk's chest. Because now it's in her head too.
Yeah.
I
Speaking of,
hate
can
the
I?
fact that I missed that.
And it's unfortunately for Eki too, the elk, it's super obvious to the elk, like it probably already knows. But yeah, she just is openly staring right at its chest, kind of doing the little like sizing things up in her mind.
Would it hang underneath or would it be at the front like a centaur?
That's
Oh
what
my
she's trying to
god.
figure out. Like that's where she's at. She's trying to like work through this because in her mind, like if anything, elks would like, have more like the cow setup or, like a cat or something or a dog to like feed babies with, right? And so she's just kind of staring at it, like trying to figure out how they would go.
But back at the rest of the group, what are y'all doing?
Tamerlan is trying to decipher the scroll since he's got about a couple hours.
Gotcha.
Still is going to be she's gonna pull out her herbalism kit and seems to be like mixing a couple of things. Um Tamerlane, you're handed another vial at some point. Um told to drink it. Um as well, can I take a sample of the rotting wood?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to do so very carefully. Let me put that in my inventory.
Timmy is just kind of hanging out behind Tamlin, keeping an eye on him because he said some concerning things about when he was looking at this scroll. So he's just gonna keep an eye on Tamlin.
I figured.
Huh?
Yeah, he figures.
Y'all are just trying to kill, for the most part, just chilling for a while.
Feeling tired.
One sec. On the momentum. I think while doing that, mm, after giving Tamerlan some of that, Syl is also going to hand some of it to, like, a few vials to, oh my fucking god, Darian.
Well, what?
Don't look at
Oh
it.
my
Don't do it. No.
oh my
What? Jesus fucking Christ.
That was a risky
Sorry
Google
for
search, but it
those.
paid off.
Sorry for those that are watching YouTube. I can't put that on YouTube. Darian has found an image with elk with tits on their neck.
oh my
I think, you know what? I think you actually could, because I don't think that would register as innocent of you.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't risk it.
If you want to see it, come join the Discord and ask, I want to see the elk tits.
God damn it.
We'll get you the image.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh. Okay. So let's go to hand a couple of the vials to Korvac and a couple to Timmy and go,
Oh
if
my god.
Tamerlan's what?
Tinks with Darian and them.
Yes?
They just heard that whole conversation. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh
Is-
no.
Is-
The
is-
artificer's with you guys. Oh no.
Why? What's wrong? Is Tink like an innocent soul?
Tink's an
That's not
artificer.
Tink's an
They're from the
artificer.
They're from the Feywild. I don't think innocent is in their vocabulary.
Are they good? Are they gonna try to make an elk with? Oh god.
Anywho.
But, yeah.
There's gonna be some
Yeah.
Frankenstein type shit going on in the Whispering Woods.
Oh god. Okay. So Syl is going to hand some of the vials to Korvac and some to Timmy and go, if I'm not around and Tamerlan starts having his moments, make him drink one of those.
You got it.
She hands each of them like 3 vials. Um but then I am also going to can I actually, like, after that, can I help decipher some of the scrolls? Because there's a lot of them.
Are you trained in Arcana?
I'm pretty sure I am. Yes, I am.
Tamerlan, which ones were you attempting to... Actually, by this point, you identify 2 spells of Entangle, or scrolls of Entangle, 1 scroll of Speak with Animals, 1 scroll of Detect Magic. That's your first level scrolls.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to type them all down.
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready for the next level.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was that okay, I'll tell you when I'm ready, or okay, I'm ready?
Ready.
Second level scrolls are Barkskin, Moonbeam, Pass Without Trace, and Lesser Restoration. 1 of each.
Okay.
Third level is Plant Growth, Meld into Stone, All Lightning.
Okay.
Fourth is conjure woodland being.
Okay.
Fifth level is commune with nature.
Okay. Got him.
If they're on his list.
Well, yeah, but you get my point.
It sucks because I really wish Call Lightning could be on my list.
But y'all get all of those done. What are you going to do after you finish? Camerlin, your legs are a bit stiff from sitting and.
Besides stretching it out, I look over these scrolls and I'm excited. The Call Lightning spell, he is basically just like has eyes attached to, wishing he could transcribe it.
Fair. Can you transcribe commune with nature?
I don't think I can. Let me double check.
That is uniquely druid and ranger.
Okay.
Yeah. And Paladin for some reason.
That's going to be a very certain
Uh,
paladin.
Oh yeah, it's Oath of Ancients and Oath of the Open Sea.
Yeah, they're the. What are y'all doing as Tamerlane's getting up and doing?
um, ow, a hiccuping apparently. Um,
You can see Leshy is currently talking with Cor
what are they talking about?
about which way to go.
Fair. Where are they thinking?
They're thinking the best way up is up the mountain. Go for a higher area.
Makes sense. Um, I think Syl is going to. I think Syl is going to. We're going to take off my armor, as well as my shoes. Um, and I am going to sit on the ground, and I am going to meditate and try to become one with nature for a little bit.
Fair enough. And
I am
what's.
going to.
Oh, go ahead.
I am going to go do my nature cleric bullshit and basically try to reach out to anything.
Gotcha. And what's
We're gonna do a
Tammy?
meditate.
Tammy up to?
Well, now that Tamerlane's done examining all the scrolls, Timmy will just kind of. He can't really do anything in this situation aside from keep watching, make sure nothing comes up on us.
Your advice might be helpful for trying to track down where the Dragon's Lair is. Korvac and Leshy.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, I'll can you overhear their conversation?
I mean, they're the only ones really talking, so yeah.
All right, so Timmy will head over to Leshy and Korvac, and Timmy will say in Thrycreen to Leshy, "You guys talking about how to find this dragon?"
Yeah, we're trying to estimate where we think it might be.
Uh, we haven't seen any actual like acid damage or anything, any kind of dragon damage since we started, that right?
Nope, that's why they're trying to guesstimate based on the geography.
Timmy will ask if there's any mountains in the immediate area, like anything that might have like a cave or some sort of hideout for a dragon's horde.
Yeah, actually, that's where we're thinking of heading. We have the crags up to the north, but there's a volcano just inside the wood. We think they might be along the ridges up there.
Would I know if a black or green dragon would want to take up residence like near a volcano? Because that sounds to me like
More
more
red.
something more along the line. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, a red dragon would probably do that, but a green or black they might still do it because of the volcanic gases and stuff.
The black dragon's almost more definitely in a swamp or something. It's not unheard of they'll be in a forest, but they're rare. More like the Evermores or the Mare Dead Men. It's more find a black dragon near water. Green dragon just going to be in the forest up some, be a higher up. That might be always hard to tell. But another thing why they want to go up is if they can get up, they can get a better view of the land. And if it is more likely, they'll be able to spot anything strange about the land. Try to narrow in on that den.
Valid, very valid.
That is going
But
on. Oh, go ahead.
I will point out the whole green dragons preferring more humid and wet areas, or not the green dragon. You said the black dragons. Black dragons will prefer more humid and wet areas, and green dragons definitely prefer a more foresty area.
But, well, that's all trying to be hashed out. There is something else that's going. It's
Oh,
Tamerlane. You hear something in your ear. Psst. Hey! Hey, you!
I look around. The fuck?
Come here.
I keep looking around. Do I see anything?
No.
oh shit! We
Hmm.
left Tamlin unattended.
I shrug and get back to look. I shrug and get back to looking over the scrolls. I already read them, but I'm just kind of like just looking over how to use them properly when I need to cast them.
Hey, come on. Don't ignore me. Come here. Over by the tree.
Look,
The big one
look,
with
you're
the nuts.
clearly you're clearly a hallucination I'm suffering due to my lack of drug use. So either show your face to either come in front of me or go away.
Well, look at the fucking tree then.
I keep ignoring it.
How can I show my face if I can't fucking turn around? At that point, a little rock hits you on the side of the shoulder.
Okay, my hallucinations don't throw objects. All right, I turn around and go look at the tree.
You see a little hand wave from behind it and wave you closer. Come on, man.
I look. I look around. Are the others nearby?
They're on the other side of the clearing. They're not too far away, but they seem to be engrossed in their own stuff.
I kind of just yell over. Hey, some weird stranger wants to talk to me over here. I'll be busy over here if you all need me.
Phil's gonna get up and go with him.
Oh, shit.
I walk over to the tree.
You hear scurrying.
What the fuck?
As it seems to be making a run for it. Dude, why
I
you gotta go
try
and
to
do
get
that?
after it.
We still hear the voice in your ear. No way that broad's gonna be chill.
This you should have showed your face then. If you can clearly run away, you could have just appeared in front of me and we would resolve this whole situation.
Yes, and then they would have shot me.
That's your problem.
Oh, fuck you too.
Tamerlane, who are you hearing?
I have no freaking idea. The moment he saw you coming over, he ran off.
Did he say why?
Said you wouldn't be chill. You'd shoot him on sight, and that said you had no chill. You'd shoot him on sight.
I'm not. Unlike you, I don't shoot first and ask questions later.
Well, clearly he thinks. Well, clearly he thinks otherwise because he just ran the fuck off. Probably not important though.
Tamlin will hear in your head. You don't think that's suspicious at all? Like at all?
I don't know. I've had like 6 different beings come to talk to me in this weird fucking way now, so I'm kind of getting used to it.
Phil's gonna just call out, if you want to talk to Tamerlane, just come here. We're not gonna fight you. As long as you don't actively try and kill us.
Y'all see the pudgiest raccoon y'all have ever seen come waddling out from behind a tree.
Oh, hey, it's your spirit animal.
If you look in artwork.
Still gonna look at this raccoon and go, why do you think I would hurt you?
Because you keep dousing him with Narcan.
Yes, that's because he's a drug addict and he's going through withdrawals.
Yeah, there's another way
you're
to deal with that.
you're a fellow user.
Of course. Why do you think I wanted you to come over here? As you see, there are red bags under his eyes. They're definitely got red eyes.
God damn it! I finally have access to a supply, and I screwed up. Curses.
He fucking tried!
Here's the thing. You can have access to weed. I have herbs. You just can't have the stuff that you were taking.
Oh, then fine.
Why would?
I've got good deals for you. Come here, boy.
Still here in their head. So we're just letting this what was obviously a drug dealer talk to Tamlin. That's what we're doing right here.
I'm going with him. I know what herbs look like.
Oh well, if you need me to just throw the raccoon somewhere, just give me a nod.
I'd like to see you try, you fucking bug.
I'm talking to Syl in their head. Are you saying this thing could hear inner thoughts?
He's high
Well, it
off
was
his
totally-
ass. He thinks he does.
Well, plus he was telepathically talking to me too, so maybe he's got some way of reading it.
But Sil's gonna go look over.
He
I
takes.
said I wanted to throw him, not kill him.
He sets out a little rug and starts setting out different things. He's got a nice selection of different weeds. He's got a wide selection of mushrooms and another set of completely insane hallucinogenics. Everything's natural and herbal, stuff you'd find in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Some are laced with magic, but nothing on his normal kind of stuff, but nothing that looks too suspicious. Some of them look like they'd take a motherfucker out for a couple days, but...
Okay, so Sil is going to point out the ones that Tamerlane is allowed to use, which is the ones that aren't laced with magic.
You gonna let her do that to you, bud? Oh, I thought you were your own
well-
man. Elf.
Well, unfortunately, that's not really going to matter much to you because also, unfortunately, I don't have money right now.
Yes, but you do have magic. And lucky for you,
Uh,
I don't deal in gold.
Okay, question. I kind of realize you want one of the scrolls, don't you, as payment?
Oh, fuck that. I want magic.
Okay, you're going to need to explain what exactly you mean by that.
Well, you see this orb right here? As he pulls out a blue orb from his coat. This will sap you of your magic and put it in a condensed liquid that I can then use for my products.
So you're literally going to use my power as a hallucinogenic.
To make them more interesting.
Is he gonna forever lose his magic?
Ah! Get it back after he sleeps. A noble resource. I like to go
As tempting
green.
as tempting as that sounds, I'm going to have to pass.
Eh?
We may need our magic. I may need my full power for something coming up very soon. So, if you want to make the deal in a couple days, you can come find me. But right now, we're kind of on a mission.
What you gonna be fighting?
A dragon.
Ah, don't worry about him. He's days away. Ever since that old fuck came around, he's been hunkering down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The old what came around, and where is this thing?
A big fucking dragon fucker. Big motherfucker, almost as big as the mountain. Not sure how nobody else saw the fucker, but I did. Always saw him come in and talk to old Green Scales.
Insight check.
Sure.
Same good. Samesies?
Yeah, come on, you stupid sheep.
Okay, in 1 sec. I need to roll that with disadvantage.
I'm gonna roll
I
insight on them too, because he's talking about something I'm interested in.
I'm using a hero point for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the 18.
He seems
20,
pretty
not nat.
straightforward. He is high off his ass, so he might think he saw something, but he doesn't seem to think he's lying.
Okay. What color dragon?
Black. Real big.
Okay.
Started talking
They
to
have
old
a-
green scales.
The green scales.
Yeah. He's the one that runs these parts. Well, at least since his old grandpa had went down. But he's not near
Is
as
that-
nice as his grandpa.
Is that another dragon?
Which one?
The green scales.
Oh, yeah. Not quite as big as the old ancient motherfucker, but that guy's been in sleep for years and years. So,
Still
they're the little
going
ones
to
in charge.
describe the black dragon from the swamp. Is that who you're talking about?
No, not him. I've dealt with him. He's too small. Real big motherfucker.
As big as an ancient.
Bigger than that.
The fuck?
He's high. He size is relative.
No, no, I wasn't high that day. Big motherfucker. Came in looking for something.
What was he looking for?
I don't know. I didn't do close enough.
Okay. Did you get the name of the black dragon?
I wasn't close enough. I'm like a morsel to them. I ain't gonna get close enough to get eaten. Just saw him land up in the north.
Fair. Okay. So the green one is the one that's in charge of this is its hunting ground, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I guess you can say that. Kind of in charge ever since they did away with the circles, but that's how it goes.
Okay, and do you know where the black one came from?
Came from what was it? That away. Yeah, that away. To the east. As he points. Can I get a navigation? You have those still?
I don't have navigation, no.
Yeah, just pure intelligence then.
That you can, yes. Still is not one of my pirates. As I try to remember, that's how I do it. This would still be at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna use a hero point to negate it.
Okay.
If it would click. There we go.
Pointing in a direction.
I'm gonna look at the rest of Tamerlane. Where's that direction? What's in that direction?
Okay, I have keen mind, so so the character remembers, the player doesn't. What would I remember being in that direction?
I mean, do you know what direction it is? Keen mind always tell north. I don't. Servant.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's keen. That's keen mind.
So you know that's east northeast. It's mostly east with a little bit of northern tinge, and if you remember the maps that they were going over, especially with Timmy going over, you getting your level, you're pretty sure if you kept going out that way, you cross over the Evermoors and some of the rivers out that way. And it'd be right over near the Nether Mountains.
Oh. Yeah, I relay that to the group.
Looks at our resident map maker. Anything
He's-
significant out there?
It's just the Silver Marches.
Oh. Wait, wasn't it the area where we where we met the lady? We made the deal for the Hydra, kill the Hydra.
Is it?
No, that was the Mirror of Dead
No.
Men, which is south.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Okay. So opposite direction. Or well, kind of. No, it's
It's mostly east.
yeah.
That's gonna be comforting. At least if a green or a black dragon does live in the area, that's the perfect place they'd be. Ugh.
Well, it sounds like it's definitely a green dragon in this area, but it's. Did they seem friendly?
They didn't seem friendly to me. They're fucking dragons.
Were they friendly to each other?
Oh, yeah. The big one was talking to the old green scales. Seemed to be looking for something, I think.
The
They went off
question
north
is,
again.
what? And what's north of here? Looks at
Line of the
Leshy.
world.
Sign of the world. Why do I feel like there was something in that direction that was important? Wait a minute. That's where Belioth went. Have you seen a red dragon in the area? That's not Korvac?
Huh?
Above table. Belioth was a red dragon, right? Was he a black dragon?
If you look down in notable NPCs, you can see him.
Do 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 do. Hmm. Hmm. Still gonna give a description of that.
Yeah, that's the motherfucker.
Okay. Mm, what was he looking for in that direction? Okay. I'm gonna look at Leshy and Korvac because they're in basically everyone besides Tam who's not always on this plane of existence. Is there anything in the spine of the world that's important?
Not really. The Icewind Dale's to the north of it. Got the Ray Glacier up there too. Mirabar, Luskin, Crags, Lurkwood. Not too many people out there.
And what would the son of the Sun Eater want up there if there's nothing?
Would be a better question for the historian.
Who do you know that's a historian? Fair. Okay, that's who you were. Fair enough. Okay, so we'll wait till Darian gets back.
So, since you don't have to, you have a couple days before you go any fighting any green scales. You want anything?
All right. I'll take I probably just pick like four. I probably just pick like five random things. One of them is magic infused that I do want to test out, though I ask Sil for permission first.
It still says no. Nothing infused with magic.
All right, fine. I'll just take like five. I'll just pick like five of the non-magical stuff.
Damn, dude.
Considering the fact that she's the main reason I'm both still alive, and B, she also has my regular supply. I need to keep her not trying to kill me.
I guess that's fair. But just put your hand on this.
All right, I place my hand on the orb.
You immediately feel it start to pull your magic out of you. Do you use spell points or spell slots?
We're using spell points here, so yeah, I got 44 right now.
It is going to take a total of 15 points.
Okay. Ow.
Thanks for doing business.
Yeah, that's definitely the most interesting way I've seen currency be taken.
Well, it's the Force. What can I do?
Phil is actually going to look over these. Would some of these, like, restock my herbalism kit? No? Okay.
Unless your herbalism trip is trying to get people high off their asses.
I mean, I do have a section in which I do have my herbs.
Fair.
So.
Not the kind of stuff you have, though.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, if you're ever looking for anything, just call out for the raccoon crozier.
Is there something that we can call out that's not a tongue twister?
Rythor.
Rythor. Above table, please put that underneath the fucking raccoon's image.
Rythor. He'll probably hear
Thank you.
And he'll tell me, and we'll get things done. So, y'all have a wonderful night. Try not to get eaten. His fat ass is gonna snap his fingers. The rug rolls itself up, and he wanders back off into the.
Tamerlane, do you know how to properly consume these?
Yeah, you crush them into powder and you inhale them.
No.
Excuse the fuck out of me? What did you just say? As that raccoon comes marching back up.
It's how you. Well, the other way is you liquefy and then you inject it into your bloodstream.
Oh, good heavens, no. I see why you don't let him get the good stuff. Fucking hell, dude. Come here. I'm gonna show you. As he plops down with Tamerlane and shows him how to use it all properly.
I'm assuming these are the ones you smoke, right?
Yes, there is. He even gives you a pipe.
Isn't smoking bad?
This shit's good for you. No worries.
Alright.
You usually have the issue when they start adding shit like they do in the city, but we got it all natural out here.
Good to know.
And since I use magic in the other ones, it tends to purify everything in the area. So it's all good. Just don't snort it.
Got it.
Shit's highly addictive. Don't want that shit on you. But after a while longer, y'all can see the return of the rest. By this point, the raccoon's left again.
Were you guys successful?
Yeah, we got 3 waterskins full, so.
Fair. Before we start this, Darren, quick question. What's important in the spine of the world?
Above table, DM?
Roll me history.
I'm going to use my newly gained hero point to not do that at disadvantage. Because this seems important. And I closed my sheet because I'm stupid. Woo! Out of curiosity, what would I got if I didn't do it? Same, okay.
A lot known about it. However, there are a lot of legends told that in the innermost depths of the mountain, there's old, long lost cities, layers of dragons that have been completely abandoned, and some of the most ancient creatures are frozen there.
So, as a player, I'm worried, but in character, I will share that information still.
What was that? You cut off.
Oh, just saying I'll share that information with you.
Oh, well, Phil's gonna get about 5 shades lighter.
Yeah, it's not a great place.
No, but we're gonna have to travel there.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Belioth went in that direction, and based on what the hermit said, he's trying to wake his mother.
Ooh, yeah, that's not going to be good.
I mean, if we can find his daughter, maybe she can help, but that would be figuring out who the fuck she is. Because it sounds
Sadly,
like,
first,
yeah, at least the way that he talked about her briefly, it was very brief, seemed like she might be someone that would plot against him. Could be
once we're
very so
done,
much wrong, but
yeah, once we're done dealing with the current situation of Dragon, maybe we can track down that old man again, see if he knows anything.
yeah. Korvac, do you have any information on this?
Oh, fortunately not.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's one thing at a time. Let's go see if we can help this tree.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. As a reminder, no fire anyone, please.
Oh, who wants to be the one to do it?
I mean, you're the nature cleric. Maybe you're the best person.
Fair. He'll take one of the water skeins. Is anyone gonna argue?
If you want me to do it, I can because I'm
I'm
up
going to
there.
argue against that one. Y- y- you are a Tempest cleric, Tamerlane.
Yeah, I know, but I'm also not the one currently exhausted, so
I will go do it.
okay.
Phil's gonna go walk up to. Phil's gonna go walk up to it, and I'm gonna message you a thing.
Okay.
I
You don't
whispered you in roll 20.
think you're gonna need to?
Okay.
But you
I
do you.
wanted put it this way, if my gut feeling says that I can do it where everyone's comfortable, I'm gonna do it that way.
You but it's
But
not really a ritual.
okay. Okay. Uh that being said, I am still barefoot without any armor on.
Fair.
So I'm gonna go start pouring the fresh water on the dead log and start reading the chant. By seed, by root, by leaf, by life, awaken the verdant flame.
You see the water streaming over the dried bark suddenly shimmer and start to spread out over the log, expanding far beyond what it should now before sinking in. And then you'll hear a shift. The log begins. You see not just a log, a massive back. As you see one of the nearby trees bend and press into the ground, you'll see massive Yent sitting up. He has this long wooden beard that goes over his chest, and all of the vines start to pull back around him. He tries to sit up, even in his still laying state. You can tell this man massive. He stood up, he'd probably be on the edge of maybe 50 tall. They'd be taller than that. He'd probably be about 120.
The dragon took
Damn.
this guy down? What the fuck?
As you see, he sits up to a degree and looks around. Caught. Child, you have come too late. As he takes a shaky breath. And that, for tonight, is where we're going to be. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to coming. Those listening in, we thank you as well.
Okay.
See y'all next week. Peace.